Hello and welcome back. This is the Gamer 2.0. Today we're going to be continuing on with Fallout New Vegas, and we're going to be doing the DLC for Dead Money. So last time we left off, we had Dog or God, whichever you prefer, who had locked himself inside of one of the police station jail cells. Or, well, I think this is a holding cell because this is not out with like the rest of the cells. But we can't get in there to talk to him until we either get him to come and open up the door himself, or we get the lock open, which we can't really do that because it requires a key. And the key, I believe, is going to be around his neck. So I'm just going to go ahead and repair up some stuff. And then in the myth section, we have the dog command tape, and we have the prisoner commands. So the prisoner commands will allow us to talk to Dog, and the command tape will allow us to talk to God. So I think you can do this either way, where you can kind of, if you have the perception, you can point out that the key is around his neck. If you talk to Dog specifically, but if you talk to God, you have to kind of convince him that you're not just going to kind of use him as Elijah would. So let's go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and play the Dog command tape.
Dog, back in
What
the
have we
cage.
here? You weren't who I was expecting. I'm disappointed. Still, even if you aren't my intended guest, you take direction. Good. You can't have been an idiot to figure out how to release me from my cage. Or perhaps you are, with that leash on your arm. And the one around your neck. With our collars and manacles, why, we may as well be kin.
Alright, so, that name carved on your chest, are you Dog?
The carving's a reminder for mirrors and for Dog. Dog, who you heard coming in, howling and hungry, as always. I've been trapped in here for some time. Then you come along and let me out. So, you opened my cage for a reason. Now, I want to know why.
Alright. So here we can go ahead and we can just kind of, point out just some of the different stuff that we already know about the Nightkin. So I'm gonna say you have multiple personality disorders. Some trauma caused this.
Trauma. Yes, in a manner of speaking. Do you see these wounds of his, covering his skin? The bear trap on his arm. He placed his own hand in it. The name he carved in his chest. To remind him of who he is, he inflicts pain on himself to silence me, when all I try to do... He cuts, hurts, and tries to murder me out of him. He won't succeed, just makes me angrier. Dog is the beast. We simply change cages, like the ones here.
Why did you lock yourself in the cage?
No. Why did I lock him in the cage? I locked him in because I could feel him getting hungry again. There wasn't much time. If Dog roams, he gets into trouble. Eats things he shouldn't. Listens to others he shouldn't. So he's safer in here. We're safer in here. I hoped if I locked him in here, the one he obeys would come for him. Instead, I get you.
Alright. Let's see here. So I know who he was expecting. He was expecting Elijah himself. So if you locked you in, What if you couldn't get out?
Oh, I have the key. Always did. Hid it on the chain behind my neck before Dog came bursting out, eating everything he could. Wanted to make sure whoever came to fetch Dog spoke to me first. Got within reach. Instead, I get you.
Wait, so you or Dog doesn't know the key is on him?
Dog and I don't share everything. What I know, he doesn't. What he knows, what little he knows, I don't. For example, your arrival is a surprise. I wished that I could have remembered. I'm sure Dog knew. And when he's feeding, well, I sometimes have to find out about it later. Now all there is to do is wait for my intended guest.
Right, well, I was looking for someone with a collar like mine. Where's your collar?
It's close. Closer than I'd like. Dog's been into things. Needs to think before he eats. Chew before he swallows. He's eager that way. Now the collar's a part of me. Inside. I can feel its electronic heartbeat, clicking and burning down below. Like before. It was cold and heavy before going in the cage. Now you're here, and it's pulling and kicking again, tugging like a leash. Interesting.
All right. Right, if that collar inside you is active, I didn't switch it on.
Really? Yet it led you here, to me. And now you're here, and it's burning a hole in my guts. Maybe it's crying for its owner.
Alright, so how the hell did you, or whoever, eat one of these collars?
They detach. When segmented, they look like nothing more than metallic rad scorpions. And if they're attached to neck flesh, warm, red. Dog doesn't care what's on the body he's crushing in his hands. He'll mangle it, twist it, make it fit until he's full. Dog can't help himself. Hungry, greedy. And now the collar's inside, alive again. And we're trapped here until it goes cold.
Alright, forget it, I had other questions.
Of course you do. And so do I.
Alright. So the key's in there with you and Dog.
Yes, but Dog doesn't know that. We don't share everything. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it causes difficulties. Now I think it's a blessing. It keeps you on that side of the cage. Now, you go fetch. Find your master. Bring him here so we can talk.
I mean, I could just tell Dog that he has the key, which that's one of the ways that you can actually kind of get around this situation. Or you can say something about, something tells me I could walk Dog through unlocking the door.
Yes, you could. And once he was out, all starving and hungry, what do you think he would do then? Be careful what cage you open, because he won't go back in it without a fight. He'll tear you apart. He won't care if it kills you both.
Alright. If you weren't expecting me, who were you waiting for?
Don't play stupid. I already have to mind one child. You must have figured it out by now. The old man obsessed with the Sierra Madre? riddled with greed. Hoped you might be him when I woke up. All you are is his hand. You're the same kind of greed. Followed the radio, the broadcast, and now you're here, all confused. Not for long. You'll figure it out.
Alright. Why do you say I'm the same as the old man?
You're not him any more than I'm Dog. But that collar around your neck, you're an extension of the old man's grasp. Clumsy, perhaps, but a tool, yes. And once you get acclimated to the Sierra Madre, then you'll feel the same overpowering hunger the old man does. And then you'll be him, not just his hand.
Alright, well, this old man, what do you know about him?
Elijah. Human. Weak like all of you are. Feeling age circling him like starved dogs, howling for blood. To me, he reeks of age and failure. And madness. To me, he is simply the old man. To Dog, he is Master. His name, meaningless. Running out of years, hopes and dreams running through his withered hands like sand from the big empty. And scorched by the sun.
So I like how he kind of mentions one of the previous DLCs with the big empty. So scorched by the sun?
The old man, this Elijah, tried to hold the sun in his hands. Arrogance was cast down for it. Icarus' crime was to fly too high. Elijah wanted to bring the sun down to him. Arrogance.
So I believe he's kind of talking a little bit about how Father Elijah was the one that kind of led the Brotherhood against the NCR when the NCR were trying to take Helios 1, because they didn't know that Helios 1 was actually like a weapon. Alright, well, what is he doing here?
Heard the call of the Sierra Madre, just like you did. Exactly the same way. Finds out it's more than a story. Comes to this shining, poisonous grail, this jewel of the desert. Dog knows him more than I do. Dog's always nodding, always obeying him, because he's weak and hungry and greedy for Master's affection.
Alright, do you know how I got here?
Of course I know. Even if I don't see it happen. Down in the cage, I hear echoes of the footfalls, the click of the collars. Every time I see one of you, I know exactly how you got here. You couldn't help yourselves, any more than Dog can help himself. You heard the voice, the promise, and then you walked right into one of the old man's traps. Then Dog comes for you, drags you here.
Alright, you brought me here to the villa?
Me? You think I want to haul bodies around the wastes like a Brahmin at the whip? No, Dog does it. When the old man says fetch, Dog fetches. You were in a man trap, and Dog made his rounds and dragged you here. When, I don't know. But it must have been recent. Before the cage.
Alright, why do you say that?
I don't remember you. That isn't surprising. What is that it was when Dog was out of his cage. Free, hungry. He knows not to eat anything he catches in the traps. After that, however, so he dragged you here. You got spared. Dog must have fed after you arrived. Once he was fed, that allowed me out of the cage and put him inside. Do you remember how long you were out?
Alright, well, I don't remember. Only woke up when the Pip-Boy went active.
Must have already been in the cage. Already had the collar in me. You're lucky Dog didn't devour you. Otherwise, we'd be closer than we are now.
Alright, I had other questions.
Of course.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just exhaust this just because it's a free lockpick speech challenge.
The key? Why, it's the old man. The one who brought us here. I hid the key on me so Dog wouldn't know. I just need the old man to show up. If Dog was in control when the old man appeared, well, he would...
Okay, so these radios, were you using them for signal interference?
They were here when I arrived, so I made use of them, in a manner of speaking. More their voices, really. These collars, they don't just track us. You can eavesdrop on them as well. Tune to a frequency, and you can hear everything someone is saying. So perhaps it's a good thing that Dog swallowed his collar. Anyone listening would find it difficult to hear past the digestion.
Oh, I don't have enough intelligence or perception. Well, why did you lock yourself in the cage?
No. Why did I lock him in the cage? I locked him in because I could feel him getting hungry again. There wasn't much time. If Dog roams, he gets into trouble. Eats things he shouldn't. Listens to others he shouldn't. So he's safer in here. We're safer in here. I hoped if I locked him in here, the one he obeys would come for him. Instead, I get you.
So, if you have the key in there, the old man can order Dog to open the cage.
Dog obeys, yes. Why? Do you have some means of contacting the old man?
I can play his voice, yes. I have an audio log from him on my Pip-Boy.
You don't play it. If you do, I'll find a way to get out of the cage. End you. I'll murder you, crush your arms and legs until...
Alright, calm down, follow me willingly. I won't do it.
No, you wouldn't. If you did, you won't escape this place alive. I'd shatter every one of your limbs to splinters and leave you here. You think I'm afraid of your collar exploding, killing us? No. I'll leave you breathing, then keep walking until my collar goes cold. I'll prop your broken body in view of the Sierra Madre so you can see what you came to steal, forever out of reach as you die.
So I can't convince you I'm not here for the Sierra Madre or the old man, so I'll prove it.
Prove it? How? Words are worthless.
So I have the power to let Dog out of his cage. I'm going to prove it by not doing it.
No. No, you're not. Even though Dog's more docile, easier to control. You may regret this. This place is where creatures like Dog can survive. The people that fill its streets. He is as vicious, more vicious than them. His hunger can help you more than I can. When I am in control, this shell is difficult to fight in.
Alright, So basically what he's kind of saying is that when it comes to like a straight up fight, he is not going to be as strong. He has, I think, if I remember correctly, he's like got a little bit less health and he doesn't do as much damage, but Dog is far more damaging and is far more ruthless when it comes to actually fighting the ghost people. Also, when Dog defeats a ghost person, he'll basically permanently kill it by consuming all of its arms and legs, just kind of making it so that it can't like reform and get back up. So we can switch between them whenever we want, just by playing the tape. But God is good because you can actually kind of get him to understand a little bit more, and you can actually kind of get him to more play a role than through Dog. But even if Dog is more helpful, we can manage.
I am not sure you belong here. No, you don't belong here. Yet, you came this far, and I'm not interested in remaining here any longer. I'll unlock the cage.
Alright. Alright, meet me at the fountain. We'll plan our next move.
Very well. To the fountain and its ghost, then.
Alright, so that completes that quest. And you can either head out the front, but if you do, like, all the ghost people have kind of gathered around there. So I'm actually going to head out the back. And heading out the back just kind of makes it a little bit easier, because you can kind of sneak around where the ghost people are at. So let's go ahead and just equip a throwing spear. Oh, well, never mind. They immediately saw me, so go back to the knife spear. And it looks like it's going to be one of the guys that has the bear trap fist, which I actually kind of want, because that's... Come on. There we go. That takes care of that guy. And let's go ahead and grab the bear trap fist, because that is more what I actually want than the regular knife spear. Knife spear isn't bad, it's just I'm a little bit more built for the bear trap fist, so let's go ahead and just prepare that up. We can go ahead and just equip that. And is that all the guys around here? Looks like it. So even though a lot of the weapons and stuff can be found really easily around here, I do want to get some of the... those are just going to be red roaches. I do want to get the weapon repair kits, because I can use those to repair the hollow rifle with. Because the hollow rifle isn't really the easiest thing to repair with, or repair things, or get replacements for. So as you can see, it's very, very quick to defeat the ghost people with the trap fists. But it's kind of interesting that inside buildings, I don't seem to like get the pulsing effects. So let's see here. I'm going to switch my quest over to... Yeah, we're going to stick with finding Dean Domino. And where do I need to go? For that. So, the residential district. Why does it take me back to the police station? Probably because it wants me to go out the front door, the police station, rather than going through the back door. Which is fine. Do that real quick. I got real dark. There we go. And now I can just head back over to the residential district without it trying to lead me back to the police station. So when it comes to dealing with the characters here, there's a couple different ways that you can kind of handle them. You can either get them to kind of like you or to dislike you. And by being patient and trying to get them to be understanding, things like that, you can actually get them to like you pretty easily. Dean Domino is a little bit of a different case, though, because he's a little bit more of the type of person that likes to feel like he's in control, rather than you being smarter, more cunning, or more conniving than he is. So I'm just gonna quickly check and see if I have enough stuff to. It's on this side. To make some more repair kits. So going for Dean is always a little bit of a hassle, just because he is very much the type of person that likes to set up a whole bunch of traps. So looks like I can make a couple of these, and then we can go ahead. Can't recycle any fusion cells, but can make a clean knife. So, prepare my Bear Fist to be in much better shape than it was before. And then let's see here. My Clean Cosmic Knife. So it does bonus limb damage and bonus crit chance. And pretty light, with only half a weight, and pretty fast on attacking, so I'm going to try to hold up my throwing spears as much as possible, just because they're very useful for long range, because I don't really use it's just because I don't really use the long-range weapons with this build. So, as we can see, the Hollow Rifle is pretty badly beat up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, just because this is a special weapon, you can't really get it in any other way. Just kind of repair it up as much as possible with the weapon repair kit, so now it's at fully good condition. So I can unequip that and go back to my Bear Trap Fist, which I'm actually going to put on a hotkey and put my throwing spears on another hotkey. So I really do kind of like the Hollow Rifle. I like trying to do just straight builds with just the Hollow Rifle, because I find it kind of
Picking
fun.
up signals near your location. Detonators. Watch for traps.
So yeah, so here we can see there's already like a mine right there. This guy's got a bomb. So go ahead and just kind of really watch out around because Dean is very bomb happy. So luckily there isn't a lot of enemies in this area, but there is a lot of traps. So I always just kind of like to make sure that I don't step in them as much as possible. I say that and I can already hear just a ghost person right over there. I gotta say, I definitely like the music and the ambiance in this area. Very fitting with like the horror theme aesthetic and everything. So that's a hard lock. I'm not gonna be able to pick that. So yeah, we got a pressure plate right here. So, is that going to be a shotgun? Yeah, it's going to be a shotgun over on the wall. Just quickly look around. Then we can go ahead and we can repair up those shotguns. Let's see here. Well, if I can find them. Shotguns. No, I just got, it looks like I just got the rounds for it. I didn't get the guns themselves. And as we can see here, there is a grenade bouquet with nice little tripwire. So I'll disarm that. And I don't have enough explosives for that. Alright. Now we can take a look on this side. Let's see. Yeah, so we got another tripwire here. Disarm that. Yeah, it's just a shotgun on the other side of the door. Alright, got a 7 from Sierra Madre deck. Ghost person over on that side. I did not check the corners. So the funny thing is that actually if you have higher explosive skills, you get longer to actually find and disarm mines and stuff before they explode. That correct? Oh, sounds like someone found an explosive trap. Take all of that. Well, I can take the cram. Some nice extra food. Alright. Sunglasses. Very fast, even with me being in danger. But I'm gonna go ahead and quickly heal up just a little bit. So, what is my... Don't have any doctor's bags, which is kind of a pain. got some stuff in the center there. It's mostly residue. Definitely want to disarm that because that's got the shotgun that's pointed like directly at the extinguisher. The extinguisher will explode if it's shot. Some sleepwear. Oh. The sound of the ammunition made me think that I had set up another trap. Sensor module. Some Roxo cleaner. That was part of the cloud. Huh. So, I do kind of want to jump down here and just kind of collect some of the residue and stuff down there. It is going to drain quite a bit of health though. So, go ahead and just make some junk food, some smash. I did have mentats. I thought I was out of mentats. Well, I'll definitely want to take the mentats when I'm talking to Christine. Drink some purified water. Take a stim pack and try to mitigate as much. Get that. Mitigate as much of that as I possibly can. Got another guy over here. Let's take a quick look. Just make sure there's no tripwires, no mines, no hanging steel beams. There's another Dean stash here. Over here for me, so we can just kind of make our way back over in this direction. So having the light step perk in this area is super helpful, just because then you don't have to really worry about setting off like any of these mines, any of the tripwires, any of the pressure plates. You just walk over them with no issues at all. There. Alright, so we got a vending machine right here, so we can buy some stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and buy myself not that many doctor's bags, but 2 doctor's bags, just so that I can heal up leg, so I won't be as bad off. Tin cans. There. And yeah, we got another tripwire here. Just not sure what this was attached to. Oh, there's another mine. We got another mine over here. Dutch pepper. Oh man, just come over this way. I don't have to fight you in the cloud. Blood sausage, that is very helpful here. Alright, go ahead and eat some blood sausage and drink some water. Should get my health up just a little bit. So yeah, you gotta be careful about this one, because if you come across the top, you don't really see the tripwire as you're like coming across the planks here. So you can just end up setting it right off. And then you got a grenade bouquet right there. And as we know, explosives do lots and lots of damage, especially in very enclosed spaces. Alright. Get some rounds. And you just drop right off the edge here. This is back where the trapper was, which, now that I'm over here, I'm just going to go ahead and repair up my bare fist to be 100%. Go ahead and repair up the 9mm. I've never really actually tried the automatic rifle. I mean, it looks like it would be pretty fun, but it is a very, very heavy weapon at 16 weight. Still have to make sure that I'm not stepping on any type of like mines, activating any pressure plates or tripwires. So just sometimes there can be one little chip up on the top there. Alright, but I think actually this is gonna be a little bit more safe, just because I believe that's going to be where Dean is, right inside that little hole in the wall there. Cigarettes, very nice to trade in. Oh, we can hear what he says on the radio. So that's probably going to be my escape route. And for some reason it doesn't look like it wants to play any of my radio signals here.
That one's got a head on their shoulders. For now.
Alright, well, we just turned it off. Alright, return output item, that's great. 0 money and 0 Majay trips, that's good. Let's see here. Again, just kind of like checking to make sure there's no traps. I don't remember there being any traps in here, but never hurts to be cautious. But I definitely like how this game definitely makes it so that you always have access to glasses of some kind. because there is that trait where if you're not wearing glasses, you lose point of perception, which is pretty fun. But that can make it definitely difficult in certain areas, especially when they remove your equipment. So.
That one's got a head on their shoulders. For now.
So yeah, Dean is definitely the kind of person that likes to feel like he's in control all the time. I do generally like to kind of travel around with Dean, just because, not that I like his character all that much, but I do enjoy the fact that he gives you the unclean living perk, which basically makes it so that you can kind of stand in the cloud
That
for
tourist crosses me, they'll regret it.
a couple of seconds without it, like, dealing damage to you.
Filthy.
Alright, so I don't think I can make the martini yet, and that's just because I think Dean has to teach it to me. But as for now, that's fine. So let's go ahead, make some lethal cloud
Don't
kiss.
distill mind. That one's got a head on their shoulders. For now.
Alright. And here's Dean.
Have a seat. Came all this way. Least I can do is let you rest your feet for a second.
Alright, so with Dean, the only way that you can really make him kind of like you is if you kind of like play the fool, play the dumb guy act.
The Sierra Madre. Beauty, isn't she? She the one who invited you here? Or maybe you didn't catch her voice on the radio. Woke up confused like some of the others. Least you're still breathing. By the way, don't get up or make any sudden motions, no matter how uncomfortable that chair gets. The cushion's just for show.
Alright. What are you talking about?
Might be a bit rude, but that chair you're sitting in, it's got a shaped charge in the seat cushion. Get up without my permission. I'll blast your ass so far through your head, it'll turn the moon cherry pie red. So, let's keep this sweet and polite, and finish our conversation with no misunderstandings.
So, you gotta let him feel like he's in control. And that's how you get him to like you. Because if he doesn't feel like he's in control, he feels you're too much of like a wild card, too much of someone that he can't really manipulate or control or get one over on, because he has his own plans for kind of helping you through the situation. So, I'll save my questions for the end. Please go ahead.
And that's what I've missed, a rapt audience. Just because I work in entertainment doesn't mean I'm a moron. I heard my necktie beeping. I know what that means. I'm part of this somehow. I want out of this contract. And if you put me in it, I'm not going to be too happy. So whatever's going on here, if you're part of all this, you're taking orders from me.
Alright. So, I'll cooperate. What do you want?
Good, good. Then we're in business. I may be a betting man, but I like it when the odds are in our favor. If you're here with who I think, then I'd rather have you on my side than his. And it's in the hole. You want to live, I want what's in the Madre. Real simple.
Fine, meet me at the fountain.
Wait just a minute. I'm not walking out there on my own. I know what's out there. It's why I've planted a minefield, shotguns and explosives all the way on the road to my little boudoir here. So we go together or we're not going at all. I'll split my hand in blackjack when the time's right. I'm not splitting up in this town. Trust me.
Fine, get up and follow me.
All right, partner. Don't have to take the long way back. There's a shortcut across the way, you see. It's through the cloud, but if I'm with you, I can help you through it. If you didn't already force the lock to the gate, that is. Going to be sad to leave the residential district? Well, not really.
Alright. I don't need you getting stuck and possibly dying like Waking Cloud did. Alright, so what he's talking about is in this direction. So with him,
I can help you with the cloud, not for long though.
come on, just give me that. Alright. So with him, you can kind of just move around in the cloud without taking damage for a short time.
This crouching's hell on my knees.
So while he's with you, you can basically go into certain areas that you normally couldn't. So this is the gate that's open, and that's like the area. That's the way to get out. But before we do that, there is some loot that's over in this direction that I kind of want. And having Dean around is gonna help me keep some of my health as I do this. But I still want to check for traps just in case he, for some reason, set this area up and rigged it as well.
I can help you with the cloud, not for long though.
Free medics, today's physician, some extra food items.
Sure left a lot of traps. Sometimes I forget where they are. Hey, those are my emergency supplies. I mean, I know we're in a bad spot here. Just, leave me something, all right?
Alright. So with that, I should be good on everything that's over here. So I'm going to head back to the fountain and leave him there. How did I strike him? He's behind this guy. Alright. Okay, good. He's back to full health. I have no idea how I hit him behind the ghost person. but somehow, by some miracle, and not in Dean's favor, I did.
Touched by radiation.
Getting
and
real
you choose
tired
to spend your
of
time
tourists.
here.
No offense,
You could have
but
just
you
left,
guys are lowering
but you were
the
too
bar.
obsessed to let go.
I used to know a ventriloquist with more skill than you. At least he had the sense to know his own name without carving it into his chest.
Mirrors tell me my name when needed. And I have a name for you. Several. Thief, coward, showman. Radiation couldn't kill the truth, could it?
The truth, buddy, is this.
Can't
You
believe
and
they
me
made
were now
swallow his
family,
collar.
as long as we got these bow ties on. So watch your mouth, you don't scare me. Didn't think much of our chances. Now I'm thinking I was wrong. What's the next step?
All right. Let's see here. I don't really want to talk to him too much right now because I did a lot of talking with Dog earlier. So it's time for us to part ways.
You sure? I mean, look, you can't just tell me to walk now, you know. That's, well, not very friendly.
Yeah, sure.
I can't say it hasn't been fun. Well, I can, but I'll save it for my memoirs.
All right. So now he is back here at the fountain, and we are good to go and find Christine. So she's going to be over in this direction. Through here.
The village comm speakers have aged poorly, like the Madre. Pre-war junk. The speakers emit a signal that'll set off your caller if you stay too long. There are damaged speakers and shielded ones. The damaged ones you can destroy at range. Don't get close. You can't switch them off like a radio.
All right. And so with that, we'll go ahead and we'll call it here for today. The next section can get a little hairy, and I'd like to have a save just in case something goes wrong. And then we can get to Christine, meet up with her, and get to meet her and talk to her a little bit. But for now, that's going to do it. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you so choose, and look forward to seeing everyone in the next episode.